In almost every lesson, we're going to have an example that we work through. This is work that you should have completed in your notebook. You don't have to do it along with me. You can shut me down right now and then go ahead and do it, and then come back and check your answers. 180 degrees. Well, let's move backwards for a moment. Might be useful for us to grab this. Copy. You've got it in your notes probably. But, oops, I see even a better one right here. I'll copy this one. Copy. And we'll just have this beside us for reference. All right. 180 degrees is pi radians. So that makes it easy for me to write this, doesn't it? I'll do my answers in green. 180 degrees is the same as pi radians, and how many revolutions around a circle is that? Yes. 30 degrees. Well, let's see. 30 degrees, if we said 180 divided by 30, that would go in 6 times. So 30 degrees is 1/6 of pi. So we're going to say pi over 6. And how many revolutions will that be? A half a revolution would take us 180 degrees, and we're only going to go 1/6 of that. So we've got 1/6 of, remember, of means multiply, of 1/2 of a revolution. What do we do when we're multiplying fractions? We multiply the numerators together. So that would be 1/12 of a revolution. Now the next example has us converting 2 degrees from radians. We should be able to do that. Pi divided by 2 is 180 degrees divided by 2, so we know what that is, 90 degrees. How many revolutions will that be? Well, this is half a revolution. I'm only going half of a half, so it's, that's right. Now suppose I do 3/4 of pi radians. Well, 4/4 of pi radians takes me to right here. So 3/4 of pi radians is going to take me right about here. How am I going to figure this out? Well, 3/4 pi is going to be equivalent to 3/4 of 180 degrees. Now it turns out 4 will go into 180 evenly, won't it? How many times will 4 go into 180? Well, I'll go in twice, that'd be 90, so 45 degrees. So we're saying that 3/4 of pi is the same as 3 times this. What is 3 times 45? I hope I got that right. 135 degrees, is that what you got? 135. If it isn't, you'll of course tell me in class tomorrow and we'll straighten this out. How many revolutions have I made if instead of going, oh, I said it wrong earlier, 4/4 of pi would take me all the way over to here. 2/4 of pi takes me here, and 3/4 of pi takes me here. So how many revolutions? Well, not a half a revolution, but 3/4 of a half revolution, right? So 3/8 of a revolution. You are going to know this stuff inside out. It's going to help you so much going forward. Spending a little more time on this with your class than I have in my previous classes. I think I skipped through this too quickly. It's so important to be able to move from degrees to radians to revolutions and back. So now we're at revolutions. If you've only gone 1/8 of the way around a circle, we could figure this one out pretty easily, couldn't we? We know how many degrees are in a circle. Let's think about it that way. We've got 360 degrees in a circle, and we're going 1/8 of the way. How many times will 8 go into this? Is that right? 45 degrees? So we've got 45 degrees, and 45 degrees is 1/2 of a right angle, so it's 1/4 of pi radians, right? So it'll be pi divided by 4. Believe me, in a few weeks these will come to you so quickly. Oh, here's an interesting one, 2/3. We haven't thought about thirds. Let me get rid of this. We can think about it exactly the same way we just did the other one. 2/3 of our way around 360. So 2/3 of a full revolution. That's 360 degrees. And that will become 2 times 3 goes into 360. Yeah, 120, right? Did I get that right? Two-thirds of a full revolution, and that's all over 1 now. So it's 240 degrees. That's an interesting one. That takes us beyond. So instead of, all of these were less than half. So all of these were semicircles, way up to here. And now we go beyond half a revolution, which takes us over into this quadrant here. So 240 degrees. Okay, so how many radians will that be? If 180 is pi radians, then 240 is how much more? Okay, I think you've got it. Four pi over 3. Would that be right? Well, if we look at this ratio, we could divide both of these by 60, so that would reduce to 4 over 3. So that's the proportion we've got here. And we can use that with pi because we are checking against 180, which is equal to pi. Okay. The next one, we've got 200.